Yo, this your boy, the real McCoy, coming at you, man. We talking a little basketball, man, and NBA, you know what I mean? It's the third and final installment of my three-part prediction series for the NBA season. If you guys want to go back and check out my first video was prediction of the Eastern Conference, the NBA Eastern Conference, the 8 teams I believe that's going to be in the playoffs. Then the second video I did was the Western Conference, the 8 teams I believe are going to be in the playoffs. This particular video is about not each round, but the 4 teams that I think is going to be in the conference finals, in the East and West, the conference finals. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The teams I think is going to be in the finals, who I think is going to win the finals, how many games, and then awards, things like that. So if you guys want to go check out the my Eastern Conference and Western Conference videos, you know, check those out if you like, if you haven't watched those already. But we're gonna jump right into it, man. In the Eastern Conference, I got the Cavaliers. Eastern Conference Finals, I've got the Cavaliers. They're the #1 seed. I think the Eastern Conference is theirs to lose. Now, who they play, I think Chicago Bulls. I actually think Chicago or Miami. I don't know. I looked at Miami's roster. I was like, man, they've got a nice little roster here. Starting 5, some solid depth. Amari Stoudemire coming off the bench. Justice Winslow from Duke. He's a rookie, you know what I mean? Left-handed, you know what I mean? Southpaw. Getting a lot of what's what I'm looking for. Athleticism, very versatile, things like that. So but I think I'm gonna go with the Bulls. But the Miami's interesting because the Miami could barely make the playoffs, not make the playoffs, or they could be in the conference finals, the Miami Heat. You know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna go with the Bulls, but I don't see nobody beating the Cavaliers in the East. So I think I'm gonna say Cavaliers and Bulls, maybe Cavs and Miami Heat, but Cavaliers and Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I definitely got the Cavaliers moving on, man. Yeah, it's theirs to lose. No, it's theirs to lose. And then in the Western Conference Final, I was like, the West is so deep. I like 3 teams out of the West. Defending champs Warriors. I really like the Spurs and the Clippers. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I think one of those 3 teams are going to win the West, and 2 of those 3 teams are going to be in the conference finals. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go with the Warriors, who won the West last year, who dominated as far as regular season. And they basically dominated Western Conference playoffs last year. They didn't have to play the Spurs. They didn't play the Clippers either, you know what I mean? Things like that. So, but anyway, man, I think I'm going to go with the Spurs and the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. The Spurs and the Warriors, and Cavaliers and the Bulls. Maybe the Heat. I don't know. I can see Heat being 2 seed, 8 seed, or not even making the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. So they're interesting to me. The Heat are interesting. I don't know. You know, but I definitely see the Cavaliers winning the East. I mean, it's theirs to lose. In the West, I was like, it may depend on who got home court advantage, things like that. But winning the West, I mean, the champs are the champs till somebody knock them off. But I think the Spurs are going to knock them off. I mean, I think the Spurs, because the Spurs, man, they come at you in so many ways, man. Size, shooting, depth, coaching, of course, great organization. Man, they come at you so many ways, but the West is gonna be tough, man. Whoever wins it's gonna be tough. But I got the Spurs winning it, man. I got the Spurs winning. Them and the Warriors is gonna be a great series. I think the Spurs' size is gonna give the Warriors trouble, kind of like the Cavaliers in the finals last year. Aldridge and Tim Duncan, you know what I mean? And then David West coming off the bench and guys like that. Now they lose Thiago Splitter. You know, not much offensively, but he is a tall, big body, you know what I mean? Can block a shot or 2, get a rebound, you know what I mean? They lose a little bit of Marco Bellinelli, the Spurs do, with a little shooting, but, you know, they get Kyle Anderson, you know what I mean? I think he was a Summer League MVP, slow-mo, you know what I mean? I got the Spurs eking by the Warriors. I think the Warriors are still, I mean, they got that chip, but I think they still might be a little bit hungry, because I think they're tired of hearing a lot of people saying, including myself, well, if the Cavaliers want to hurt, man. If the Cavaliers want to hurt, you know what I mean? I think they're tired of hearing that. So they went, hey, you know what? I'm tired of people saying that. We're going to go out, we're going to win another one just to prove to you guys that last year wasn't no fluke or an asterisk. Or I mean, technically there isn't one. They're going to go down in the history books as winning it, you know what I mean? But I think the Spurs, man. If LaMarcus Aldridge didn't go to the Spurs, if he would have stayed in Portland or went to another team, depends on what team he went to. But say he would have stayed in Portland, I would have said the Warriors hands down, easy. You know what I mean? But it won't surprise me if the Warriors did it again, or at least won the West. That won't surprise me at all. But I'm gonna go with the Spurs. So in the finals, I got the Spurs and the Cavaliers. Just like most people have that as the finals. Most people definitely got the Cavaliers in the finals, winning the East. You know what I mean? Definitely got the Spurs and Cavaliers winning the East and the Spurs. Now I've got that series. I think that's gonna be a great series, man. Cavaliers and Spurs. You know what I mean? Spurs versus LeBron James again for the third? Well, it would be for the fourth time. Yeah, for the fourth time. LeBron is 1-2. He should be 0-3 if in 2013 if Kawhi Leonard and Tony Parker can make free throws in Game 6. Anyway, you know, hey, it is what it is. You know, I mean, a lot of what ifs and shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But Cavaliers and Spurs, LeBron going against the Spurs again. That's what I got in the finals. Epic. I think it's gonna be an epic, great series, man. Epic series, man. I got it going 7 games. Now, whoever has home court advantage could be the winner. That could determine that. I don't know. I got it going 7 games. Both teams are going to win games at home. I think both teams are going to win games on the road. It's going to be a good series, man. This is going to be a great series. Just like when the Heat and the Spurs 2013 was a great series. Something like that. Especially the Game 6. Great game, man. Great game. Great series. It's going to be a good series, man. I got the Spurs winning it. I was thinking Cavaliers. I was like, man, especially when LeBron saying in opening media day during training camp, you know, it's hard losing 2 All-Stars, which he's right. It's hard losing 2 All-Stars. Kevin Love in the first round, Kyrie Irving in the first game of the finals. I think he broke his kneecap, fractured kneecap, or dislocated kneecap, something like that. LeBron, Superman type of effort, tried to do everything he could. It just wasn't enough with the Cavaliers' depth. But I think the difference is going to be in this series. When you look back at the finals last year, the Cavaliers had trouble with the Warriors' size and athleticism, the smaller guys. And the Warriors had trouble with the Cavaliers' size. And I think the two keys to this series is that the Spurs are more versatile than the Cavaliers. And what I mean by that is, because they've got LaMarcus Aldridge, Tim Duncan, David West, Boris Diaw, they can play in various ways. If they want to go big, they can throw basically 2 7-footers, Aldridge and Tim Duncan at you. You know what I mean? If you want to spread the floor with shooting, they can have LaMarcus Aldridge at center, Boris Diaw at power forward, and Patty Mills at the point, Danny Green or Ginobili at the 2. Kawhi Leonard, you know what I mean? Or if they want to, because the Cavaliers last year, they were a slow team. They like to slow it down. Well, if you want to do that, the Spurs, they got somebody on their team nicknamed Slow-Mo, Kyle Anderson. You know what I mean? He can slow it down. These guys, 6'9", 230, almost a power forward. You know what I mean? Not a lot of athleticism at all, but he's got handles and an IQ like a point guard. Learning under Popovich behind Tony Parker. So if the Cavaliers want to slow it down, they've got Kyle Anderson to do that. You know what I mean? Because Tony Parker, he likes to run it a little bit. And he can play under control and slow things down too. They want to dump it down in the low post. They got LaMarcus Aldridge for that. Tim Duncan too still. Now I don't sleep on him. David West maybe. You know what I mean? So they can come at you if you want to speed it up. They can put Patty Mills at point guard. Let him speed it up. You know what I mean? And maybe put David West at center with Boris Diaw at power forward and Kawhi and Ginobili or Danny Green. So they're just so versatile, man. They're so versatile with depth. You know what I mean? David West can come off the bench and give you back maybe 8-10 points. You know what I mean? Kyle Anderson still hasn't been proven. You know what I mean? We don't know yet. But his potential, he could 10 points, maybe 5 assists, 4 rebounds, something like that. Kawhi being Kawhi, you know. They just come at you. If you want to speed the game up, like I say, Tony can do that. Tony Parker can still do that. If you want to spread it out and have shooting all over the floor, you can have LaMarcus Aldridge at center, at the 5. He's hit the 3 every now and then. Boris Diaw can play the 4. He can pop the 3. Kawhi Leonard can shoot the 3. Danny Green, Ginobili can hit the 3. Put in Patty Mills, he can shoot the three. You know what I mean? So they 3 points. If you want to speed it up, if you want to slow it down, if you want to play big, the Spurs can do all of that with great coaching. The best coach in the NBA. That's why I got the Spurs. That's the main reason. The number 2 reason why I got the Spurs winning the series is Kawhi Leonard. You look at the last 2 Finals MVPs, Kawhi Leonard in 14, Andre Iguodala in last year in the Finals, a couple of months ago in the summer. And how did they win MVP? Because they guarded LeBron and they provided scoring. That's the difference. Well, the Spurs' versatility and depth, and Kawhi, I'm not saying Kawhi's going to shut LeBron down. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean? LeBron is LeBron. But Kawhi Leonard, you know what I mean? There were moments where LeBron he struggled to score against Kawhi. And Kawhi's a great defender. You know, you got a great defender against a great offensive player. Both guys can make things happen. He's the NBA, you know what I mean? Kawhi Leonard, they went Defensive Player of the Year last year for a reason. You know, him being able, like Iguodala last year in the Finals. You know, he guarded LeBron somewhat, made it, forced him in some tough shots. All you can do. You know, hopefully he missed, you know what I mean? Force him into tough shots. That's what Kawhi can do. Slow, and he can provide offense as well, you know what I mean? That's why I got Kawhi winning another Finals MVP. You know what I mean? And I think the series is going to be 7. I just think, not saying the Cavaliers aren't versatile at all. They can speed it up with Kyrie and LeBron. And they can slow it down, you know, with Dellavedova and dump it down. But they don't really have much. I mean, Timothy Mozgov can give you some scoring on the low block. They got some bigs. Tristan Thompson, they've got some bigs now. You know what I mean? But the Spurs got bigs too. You know what I mean? Cavaliers got a solid little bench. J.R. Smith coming off the bench. They added Mo Williams to shoot threes, things like that. I just think with Greg Popovich and you know, and they're over in their depth, their size, they can play all kind of different ways, things like that. I said I don't know if if the Cavaliers have a lineup where they can put 5 shooters on the floor. You know what I mean? If they got Tristan Thompson, or maybe if they put Kevin Love at the center and LeBron at the 4, maybe Amon Shumpert at the 3, and J.R. Smith at the 2, and Kyrie at the point, they might, I mean, I guess maybe you can spread the floor that way. You know what I mean? I don't see that lineup happening too often. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's going to be a great series, man. I think it's going to be a great final series. Spurs and Cavaliers. I got the Spurs winning. I just think they're so versatile. They're talented, depth, with great coaching, and they can play slow, fast, big, small, however you want to play it. The Spurs can do that, in my opinion. You know, in my opinion, not saying the Cavaliers can't. I just think the Spurs can do it better with quality, more talented players and depth. You know what I mean? With Kawhi Leonard winning MVP in the finals again. You know what I mean? That's how I see the final. Great series, though. I got the Spurs winning. Now, postseason awards, Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going with Kawhi again over Anthony Davis. Because he's got the 2 7-footers behind him, and plus he's a great on-ball defender. I'm trying to rush through the video, and I was getting kind of long. Kawhi Leonard, Rookie of the Year, I got Jahlil Okafor, number 3 pick to the Sixers. I like his size, 6'11", 270. There were some reports I saw he was listed as 275. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. I mean, his game, I got so much respect for this guy, so I like mentioning his name. His game reminds me of Tim Duncan. He can face up 15 feet, triple threat position. He can power dribble left. He can power dribble right, spin back baseline, spin to the inside. He can post up, jump hook over both shoulders. Got skill up and under him. The boy got his skill with massive big hands, like the claw. And he's 270, so he's not going to be easy to back down in the post. You know what I mean? Now, they don't have, I think the NBA, they don't have comeback player of the year. I would have said Paul George come back off his nasty broken leg injury. But I think the most improved player, I might be a little bit biased because he plays on my favorite team. I'm an Orlando Magic fan. But I think Victor Oladipo, I think he's going to get improved player. His 3-point percentage, overall field goal percentage, field goal, free throw, and 3-point percentage all went up from his rookie year to his second year last year, which is good. His turnovers went down from above 3 to under 3, like 2.5, 2.6, something like that. His points a game went up like 4 or 5 from 13 up to basis 18, 17.9, right at 18. His assists and rebounding, they stayed about the same, right about 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I think he can be a 25-5 guy, or a 21-5. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Maybe even be an all-star. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, like most improved, the 6th man of the year. I'm thinking maybe I was like maybe Lou Williams, who won it last year with the Raptors, but he's with the Lakers now, and we playing with Kobe, and a lot of shots to go around. I was thinking maybe Jamal Crawford with the Clippers, you know what I mean? But now they got Paul Pierce and Blake Griffin, CP3. Is he gonna get enough shots? You know, I don't know. You know what I mean? So like maybe J.R. Smith with the Cavaliers. I think his mind's gonna be right now. He's got a little bit of playoff experience with the Knicks, but now a deep playoff run he made last year with the Cavaliers. Mind is focused now. You know, no one was like, that I was almost there. I think he'll get focused and show his full potential. You know, I think he needs to be better from the 3 and not just settle for the 3. Get to the free throw line, attack the basket. I got him as the 6th man of the year, coach of the year. I was torn on coach of the year. I was thinking maybe Scott Skiles for my Magic if we're able to get into the playoffs. Hey, a little bit biased, you know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna go with Frank Vogel for the Pacers. I think, you know, coach of the year, my criteria, unless you do something amazing. Like, everybody expecting the Cavaliers to be good. But what if the Cavaliers win 70 games, 72 games? Like the 96 Bulls. That's impressive. But I think Frank Vogel and the Pacers, I think they're going to fight and scratch and claw their way into the playoffs. And MVP, I mean, I like James Harden. I like James Harden as MVP, man. I think he's saying he's the best all-around player. Defense need to be better. Best all-around player in the NBA. Game 5 last year, the Western Conference Finals, when they got eliminated by the Warriors, he didn't play well. I think he shot like 2 for 11, had like 14 points. Wasn't that good, but I'm trusting in you, James. Man, personally, I didn't vote. I don't have a vote, but you know, if I had voted, he had my vote for MVP last year. Over Steph Curry, over Russell Westbrook. The way he carried the Rockets to the number 2 seed, you know what I mean? No Dwight Howard for a majority of the regular season. But I mean, there are a lot of candidates for MVP. Of course, you got LeBron, of course. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry again. I don't think Westbrook because of Durant is there. Maybe Anthony Davis. I know Paul George for the Pacers. He's talking about his goals MVP this year. I think he was on his way to become that before the leg injury. I don't think he's there yet though. But I think James Harden, man. I think he's gonna lead the league in scoring this year. Yeah, I think James Harden. You know, he'll get some more because now they've got Ty Lawson, a point guard that can run their offense. He doesn't have to go one-on-one as much. He can set things up and make plays that way. But I got James Harden as MVP, man. I like the beard. And yeah, that's what I got going on, man. I've got the Cavaliers and I'm gonna say the Bulls in the East Finals, maybe the Heat, but Cavaliers and the Bulls. Warriors and Spurs is gonna be a good series in my opinion. In the West, I think the Finals is gonna be a good series. Cavaliers and the Spurs. I got the Spurs winning in 7. Hopefully everybody stays healthy this year. Stay healthy, man. But you never know, sports. You know what I mean? Contact sports. You know what I mean? So I got the Spurs winning it all, man. And Kawhi Leonard MVP, got Kawhi Leonard winning Defensive Player of the Year too, doing big things, man, doing big things. I just think the Spurs, they can just play. They're so versatile and so deep. You know what I mean? They can. Oh man, yeah, I like the Spurs, man. I really like the Spurs. When Marcus Archer's first signed with the Spurs, I was like, wow, wow. You know what I mean? I really like the Spurs. But anyway, man, let me know what you guys think, man. I'm excited for the season, man. It's coming up less than a month away. I mean, right in a month, whatever, you know what I mean? And, yeah, I'm just excited, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Who you got? I mean, am I way off? You agree, disagree, whatever the case may be? Am I way off? You know what I mean? Who you got in the finals? Things like that. I think most of us will probably agree, unless you're a fan of another team, that the Cavaliers should win. I'm a fan of Orlando Magic. You know what I mean? You guys can check out my Eastern Conference prediction. You know, I like the Magic. You know what I mean? We could be 1 or 2 years away, about a year away. Maybe this year. I don't know. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. I'm going to do a video about the Magic. If there are any other Magic fans out there on YouTube, you know, I might be the only one. You know what I mean? But I'm just excited about the season, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think, man. I'm talk you guys to death, man. This your boy, The Real McCoy, man. I'm out. Peace.